Hello, friends. Welcome to Village Idiots for Christ, or Nuts for Jesus, and just plain nuts. Y'all already knew that. There you go. How about that? Now I think better with less light. Yep. We'll do this or go like this. How about this? Let's see here. Ooh, that's kind of good. I kind of like that. Actually, I gotta go like this so I can see the Bible. Anyway, I'm taking on a project I do not feel equipped to do. And I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try and do it, but it's going to be long and arduous. And I mean, not long and boring, but there's a lot. This is a big book. This is 50 chapters. I'm going to take on Genesis, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3. Some of these chapters, there's so much information that is so long that some chapters may take 2, 3, and 4 parts to get through. And I do apologize for that. I'm going to keep these about 15 minutes and try and break them. So if you're up for an adventure, we'll start at the beginning of the story. And we will go through and we will have fun with it. We will just walk through it. And I won't rush myself. We'll talk about everything that needs to be talked about. But this could take a year. I mean, I'm only doing this once a week, so 50 chapters. I mean, this could take way longer than a year, actually. But this is a good adventure. This is some stuff. You listen to Genesis. I mean, it's not like Leviticus where it's all law, or the genealogies in Kings and Chronicles for 9 chapters of just there's some genealogies in here. Not all of that we're going to cover, but we're going to go through this, and we'll start going through it. We're going to see if it's a successful experiment or not. But sometimes I start a book and I don't finish it. But we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. Anyway, I absolutely love Genesis. It's the beginning of the story. So there you go. But I was trying to figure out where to go next. We just got done Romans, and I finished Romans last week, and I forgot I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, okay, now where are we going? I didn't even make a plan here. So this morning I'm sitting here, we're picking up or delivering up here in Nucor up here in Brandenburg, one of my delivery points, and it's like, okay, where am I going today? So I've got a list every day that I do stuff. So, and again, sorry about these things still being spotty. I don't get opportunities every day to do these, so I do the best I can with them. So this is the beginning of the beginning. This is the creation story. I believe it's literal. Don't fully understand. The first 4 days there was no sun, but then it says there was evening and morning. So I don't understand how that works without a sun. But I believe in the literal creation story. I don't believe in millions and billions of years. I don't believe that. Not that the universe couldn't have existed for that long and then God just decided to start things up like this. I mean, God's been around forever, because he's outside of time. Time doesn't apply to God because it's his creation. And so, but however you see this is your business. But it's great truth. It's a great story. The way it's written is interesting. And so we're just going to jump in here and see what happens. So, enough of the 3.5 minute introduction. Let's just get started there. That's enough hemming and hawing. I had to do some hemming and hawing. I'm getting into Genesis, doggone it. That's a lot in Genesis. Lot in Genesis. So here we go. The beginning. That's what it says. The beginning. In the beginning, God. We're going to stop right there. Our pastor taught on that. In the beginning, God. 4 words. In the beginning, God. That really says it all. In the beginning, God. There isn't anything else but God in the beginning. And so, in the beginning, God. I love that. So, and that says it all. In the beginning, God. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So again, he created the heavens and the earth, but the earth at one time was formless and empty, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. I don't know why the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. It's interesting. It's like he was looking at everything and examining things. It's one of those ones you just wonder about. Well, why was he hovering over the waters? What was the purpose? We may never know. Well, in heaven we will. But right now, we don't know. Maybe he's just enjoying being out there, seeing all that the Father was making. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was evening and there was morning, the first day. And remember what I said about evening and morning? Not till the fourth day does it create the sun. So somehow, some way, supernaturally, he says there was evening and there was morning. He did it supernaturally somehow. We don't understand that. It's an interesting point, though. So the light and the darkness also represent good and evil. And what I mean is this, light always represents good, darkness always represents evil. And so there's always been a separation from the beginning of things like this, of light and dark, good and evil, right and wrong. God from the beginning has separated everything. He separated it, this is the right way and this is the wrong way. He from the beginning has been painting us a picture of take this path, not this one. There's two paths. There's always been choice. You have light and you have light and you have dark. And you always have a choice to go to the light or go to the dark. That's your choice. But from the beginning, God has been painting a picture of how he has separated all of this darkness from the light, the good from the evil. And that separation is him trying to tell us, choose the right path. Choose the path of light, the good path. And I like that. I like that a lot. So from the beginning, and that's verse 3. That's verse 3, 4, and 5. Verses 3, 4, and 5. From the beginning, God's been trying to get this over to us, giving us a clue up to how this thing really works. And I love that about God. Amen. And God, we've gone through the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the expanse to separate the waters under the expanse from the water above it. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. There was evening and there was morning the second day. So he separates the waters, absolutely. And I like how he calls it sky. And so God is starting to separate things. You get the earth with the sky above it. And then there's something beyond the sky. He calls those the waters as well. But above the sky is you get into the space and all of that stuff. So God's starting to create an atmosphere and everything like that for the earth, and making it so it won't have to be formless and void anymore. So there was evening and there was morning the second day. Okay, so up to verse 9. We are 8 minutes in. Okay, so we're probably going to get the creation part right up to the creation. In fact, that's where we'll go. We'll go to the creation of man. So we'll try and get the first 5 days done today. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered in one place, and let the dry ground appear." And it was so. And so there wasn't even dry ground yet. Up to the third day, there wasn't even dry ground yet. It was just all waters. And so, let the water under the sky be gathered in one place, and let the dry ground appear. So there wasn't even, that's interesting. I've never really thought about that. So the dry ground wasn't even up till the third day, or the second day, because even more the second day. So the first 2 days are complete. So this is going into the third day. There wasn't even land yet. So it was very interesting. These kind of little tidbit things I just love. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Everything he's making is good. You can't miss that. Amen. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it according to their various kinds." And so he's made the land, and now he's making the trees. Amen. I love trees too. They're one of my favorite things. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit and with seed in it according to their kinds. From the beginning, God has been saying, this kind is this kind, and this kind over here is that kind. That's why all this confusion about sexuality and men being women and women being men, from the beginning, God showed there was separation between different species, even different trees. That this was an apple tree, and it doesn't produce peaches. You know, again, whatever kind you are is what you are. And that, from the beginning, God has been trying to show us that there's order in his creation. Absolutely. And he's also showing us reproduction. The seed is the reproduction. I love that. And men and women with the seed, same thing. Amen. And there was evening. And again, God saw that it was good. And there was evening this morning, the third day. Okay. And so God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky. This is the day number 4. Let there be. This is a cool thought. The earth itself is alone in the universe. I don't know if you realize this. God made the earth before the rest of the universe, and we're about to find out, which is really a cool thought. This Big Bang nonsense, you know, that some big explosion out in space trillions of miles away or whatever, you know, doesn't hold water. And here we go. God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years. Let them be lights, and let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth. So part of the reason for the stars is for the seasons, so we can tell if this constellation's over here, it's spring, or if this one's over here, it's winter. And so that's part of it. And to give light on the earth. It's the lights in the sky, they give us light. You know, the sun and the moon, of course. But then it's just beautiful. You know, even when you can see the Milky Way out in the darkest dark, you can see that's a beautiful light on the earth. It's like God's just making it pretty for us. That's just God. Amen. Give light on the earth, and it was so. God made 2 great lights: the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. And that's again sun and moon, of course. He also made the stars. See, he hadn't made these yet. The earth is the center of the universe. That's why people, when they read this, used to think the earth was the center of the universe, because everything was made around the earth. Again, God in his wisdom put the earth in a solar system and stuff. But you can see why the ancient people thought, well, wait a minute, he made the earth first and then everything around it. And some people take this stuff literally like I do, and so, well, the earth must be the center, because it seems like the center. And so I get that, and that's why people would believe that. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate light from darkness. Oh, see, I never caught that before. Why did God make the stars in the sky? God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, number 1, to govern the day and the night, number 2, because you don't see the stars at night in the daytime, and you know it's nighttime if you see the stars, okay, and to separate the light from the darkness. Isn't that interesting? There's a deeper meaning there that I'm not catching. So there's 3 different reasons he made the stars. To give light on the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate the light from the darkness. That's interesting. I don't know what that means. Oh, a guy teaching the Bible admits he doesn't know something. Oh my gosh. God saw that it was good, and there was evening and there was morning, the 4th day. So we're getting to the 5th day. We're 13 minutes in. Yes. So we're going to finish on the 5th day. We're coming up to the 5th day. And God said, let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. And so God created the great creatures of the sea and every living and moving thing with which the water teems according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. So he made the sea creatures and the birds. And God saw it was good. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening and morning, and there was the 5th day. Let's see here. Let's see, is that all still part of the 5th day? More. There's more to the 5th day. Okay, the 5th day, and see, this is interesting. To the 5th day, now he's adding something to the 5th day. He said even more of the 5th day, but there's an addition to this. I know. This is why I like teaching this stuff, because I learn stuff myself. And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. And again, according to its kind, again, the separation of the species. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our... And so he makes the sea creatures and the birds. Then he makes the animals. And last and not least, of course, he's making us. And this is the sixth day. Let's see. And God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. Let them rule over the fish, sea, the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created man in his own image, in the image of God. I don't want to go there. Let's. Okay. I'm going to leave this. We're gonna stop in verse 25. Okay. So he made the sea creatures, the birds, and then the animals. And then, so verse 26 is a Trinity verse, and I want to talk about that tomorrow. So we're going to stop there. I'm going to hit my trusty dusty sticky notes. Got my sticky notes. I like to use them. Hey, these make great bookmarks in the Bible. As long as your pages aren't weak, and it'll tear the page up. And it can sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here verse 26. That's where we're starting. Verse 26. So the first 5 days going into the sixth day, we have all of creation, and we're going to get into man on the sixth day coming up. So there we go, verse 26. I wrote that down. Okay, so there we go, the beginning of Genesis. This is going to be a long and fun adventure. There's so much in Genesis, and there's going to be so much I don't know and don't have time to research. But I teach on a 4th grade level. I keep this stuff simple. I like to have a childlike perspective on these things. As I learn things and find out things, I share them with you. You know, like I said, hey, I didn't know this. I love that one. The moment of discovery. So, anyway, 16 minutes in here. I don't want to go past this. So, anyway, love you, can't get enough of you. I hope you enjoyed that today. We're starting on the great adventure in Genesis for the next few years. And we're going to take our time through it. We're going to have fun with it. And, again, keeping it simple. I don't have time to sit and spend hours a day researching everything I'm teaching on. I just give you the basics, and then you go search out more stuff. I read 1 through 25. So if you want it today, you can go, hey, let me go check this out. I know we're all busy and probably don't have time for that. But 1 through 25 today, then 26 through whatever tomorrow. Again, we're going to just take this a piece at a time. So anyway, love you, can't get enough of you. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day.